Go.
Good morning out there, everybody in YouTube land, all of our viewers, all of our chatters, all of our Memorex viewers that will see this in the future. Good to have you out there on this Wednesday morning, the 29th of June, 2016. The year's almost half over. Hard to believe. I mean, wasn't it just a couple days ago we were shoveling snow or something? Man, oh man. Time is flying by. And it is sultry here today. I haven't even checked the temperatures, but it's probably around 80 degrees outside right now, and humidity's pretty high. Here in Indiana, got the box fans blowing. Had to put my slippers on because I got big floor-to-ceiling windows here in this studio, and the sun was shining in so hard early this morning. I walked in here barefoot and burnt my feet on the tile. And said, oh, we're not going to do that. I had a hot foot. I had to go get my slippers. But other than that, sun is out. Big white puffy clouds in the sky, and it's looking good. And I don't want to forget about my co-host that's out there, Smokey the Bear. Go ahead, Smokey.
Very funny. Very funny. Well, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Just a quick, brief update. The news this morning is the Crow Peak fire that's near where me and Fran live is 5% contained. It's still smokier than hell around here. Like I said it earlier, you smell it more at night, and the wind changed directions. So it's kind of drifting the smoke back over to the Wyoming side. Last night got pretty hairy around here because we had severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches, and a little bit of lightning, but nothing. All of a sudden, the damn storm went east of us, and we didn't get one drop of rain, nothing. Today, the sun is out. It's hot. There's a little breeze, so it's not going to help those guys fighting those fires up there. So, still sitting on edge out here. It's really dry. We need some rain, and we need it bad. So that's what's happening out here. Just waking up every morning, going to bed every night, breathing in all this smoke and stuff. So, but I'll be taking videos later today. I'm definitely going to go out and do some videos so you guys can see exactly what's going on. I got busy around here trying to pick up pine cones and everything else, trying to keep around the house pretty clean. Just hoping and praying for some rain, and I hope we get it soon. That's all I have on that part, Brenda.
All right. Well, yeah, our thoughts are with you, Pat. We don't want to see any damage come to you in these old fires going on out there. That's shoot. I mean, out here in the Midwest, we don't have issues like, big fires like that. Every once in a while, somebody's field might catch on fire or something, but it's quickly contained because it's generally just a grass fire or something. But we don't generally have forest fires and that kind of thing going on out here. But we do get floods, and we do get tornadoes. That sort of thing going on. And then I guess you get closer to the coast, you get the hurricanes and all that. So, almost everybody somewhere, whether it's an earthquake or a volcano or something, everybody's got something that they have to deal with somewhere along the line when it comes to these earth events. But, we kind of hope that it...
I got to say, I'm really proud of the town I live in, Spearfish. Over here, we got Black Hills State University, and they're using the parking lot as a staging area. And the people that are coming to these guys, bringing them water, food, just, thanking them and stuff. I mean, the community has really, really came together for these guys, and it's amazing. I want to get over there today and do some filming over there so you guys get to see it firsthand. The compassion people have, and it only comes out when we have a disaster going on. I mean, why can't people have that compassion every day of their lives? I just don't get it. But like I said, I'm going to get out this afternoon and do some shooting some videos so everybody gets to see what how a community is coming together to support these guys. And we still have at the base of the mountain there was voluntary evacuations, and on the other side, the Wyoming side, where the fire originally started at, there was mandatory evacuations, and there's a lot of families that are in a what do they call it? Oh shit! It's a big old park. So they're staging families there with tents, and people are just coming together and helping those families out too, and it's pretty awesome to see it happening. But I just wish people can show the compassion every day, and it's something we've lost. And I want everybody just to take a minute and remember when you were growing up as a kid. We were a country of hope, freedoms. We were a proud country, and we all stood together as Americans. Even though we didn't agree with, and we weren't best of friends, we all came together. We lost them days. I always remember something. I don't have to give a reason why I want to help people. It's just my nature. I don't know why. Whether you love me, you hate me, I will give my shirt off my back to anybody. Anybody. And anybody that knows me will tell you that. Anybody that knows Fran will tell you that. I titled the show, America is Hope, but where's the hope? Where is the hope? We're turning on one another. Every single day we're turning on each other. And these stupid bastards, and I'm sorry I'm cussing, in the mainstream media, these friggin' politicians are eating it up. Even some on these YouTube channels are doing it. They're laughing. We are divided as a people. We're fighting amongst ourselves. We're killing ourselves as a nation. And it's sad. Somewhere, some way, we have to find the hope, the happiness, our freedoms, and being compassionate to one another. Because once we lose it, it's gone. And I don't think we'll ever get it back. I still believe in our country. I still believe in all of us. Call me naive, call me whatever you want. I told you a long time ago, I am not a perfect person. I'm far from perfect, but I'm trying not to give up the hope. But every day there's something new that goes on. Doesn't matter where it's happening, it's always something new. Why can't we look at each other and look at the good in each other? And that goes for everyone. And it goes for me too. You know, I try to be calm on the airways. You guys don't see me when I'm off air, where I just want to just take a computer, throw it out the window, punch the crap out of a computer. Or I'm just cussing and screaming. I promised myself I wouldn't do that, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go on air, and I'm not going to do it. I will go off air and without anybody seeing it and anybody hearing me, and I'm going to go off. That's the way I let my frustrations and my anger out. But we need to come together as people. We're losing. We're losing our kids to the nonsense that they're learning in school, what they're learning on the streets. We are in so much danger in this country and nobody wants to see it. Our economy's going to crap. There's no jobs. The poverty rate in this country has tripled in the last 7 years. You cannot rely on this friggin' government. This government with all this freebie, hammy out crap is not going to last. No matter what you say, we have a refugee crisis. And it's happening. You see it, people posting it on Facebook. You're seeing it in local newspapers. But mainstream media won't tell the American people. We have so many problems in this country, and all we want to continue to do is be divided. Yes, I get mad at some of you guys in the chat room. Oh, I get pissed. But I keep it to myself. There's a lot that I keep to myself and I won't say to anybody because I let it go. Or at least I try to let it go. Every host has a good heart. Everyone in the chat rooms have good hearts. But please, I ask everybody today, take a look at what it was like when you were younger, on what this country stood for, the values, the family values. It's gone. Now, I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to make myself sound like I'm something that I'm not, because I'm not. This is just how I feel, and it's coming from my heart. I started this journey with this show, with Brenda, to do our part, to help bring awareness to what is going on in our country. We are sitting on a bubble that's gonna explode. And I keep saying there's something gonna happen. It's just a gut feeling, and I've been saying it and saying it. I don't know what it is, but it's coming. And none of us are prepare for what is coming, but yet we're going to stay divided amongst one another. One day we're all going to wake up when shit hits the fan, and we're all going to sit back and say, what the hell just happened? Now where are we going to go? We can't continue down this road. We cannot. We're self-destructing right in front of our eyes, and the world is laughing at us. I love this country. I love the American people. I hope and I pray to God, when my grandkids and great-grandkids get to be my age, there is a country for them. I really hope and pray. We need to just wake up. Find it in your heart. But just take a moment and sit back and remember what it was like when you were growing up. How proud it was to fly the American flag. How proud you were to say you were an American. How proud you were to say Merry Christmas. Whether you believe or not believe, those were the days everybody had respect for one another. All this political correctness crap has got to go, because that is killing us. And I'm sorry I've taken up some of the show on this, but this is something that I felt I had to say. I love all of you that support me and Brenda, that support Mike, that support Jay, that support Clovis. Any of you, you guys are phenomenal on what you do. And if it wasn't for Mike Soror, and yes, I'm giving Mike a shout out, me and Brenda wouldn't be doing this, because I would have never had the upspa to get it going. And I owe that man a lot, because he had faith in me to put, and Brenda, to put this together. And you guys are showing us the faith and the love by following what me and Brenda are trying to do. Nobody is perfect in this world. Nobody. We're all going to fall down. We're all going to make mistakes. Brush them off, get up, and start fighting again. I apologize for taking up some of the show. Brenda?
Okay, now it's my turn. I'll start out by saying that ain't nobody perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. That's part of life. I did a show on my channel about this very thing just a few days ago, and how I believe I titled the show Lessons That I Have Learned. And as I know, a lot of the viewers are younger folks, younger than Pat and I, and that they have to walk a path and they have to learn the lessons as they go along. But perhaps, just perhaps, they might be able to comprehend a little bit of wisdom from somebody that's older than them, and it might help them. And that was what my show was about, is how somebody that was older than me shared some information with me, and if it had been shared a little sooner, it might have made a little more of a difference. It made a difference when she gave me the information. But life is not going to get any easier as you get older. It's going to get harder. Your lessons get harder. Being hard-hearted, being a bully, being controlling, being hateful, not having compassion for people, not having patience and understanding that other people are going to make mistakes is not going to help you get through life any easier. There's a story, and I don't know it verbatim. I have to give my rendition of it, I guess. But there was an old Indian and a young Indian boy sitting and talking about these two wolves. One was evil and one was good. And the young boy looked at the older Indian and he says, well, which one's going to thrive? And the older Indian looked at the boy and said, which one you going to feed? Do you want to feed evil and hate and corruptness and bully people and be hateful to people and be mean? Or do you want to be good to people? I mean, not everybody's going to be good back. You have to understand that. That's just part of it. Not everybody has respect. Not everybody understands when you're trying to be good to them. But are you going to be good to people? Are you going to try to help somebody that you see is in need? Are you going to be understanding? Because not everybody's having a good day. Some, people are going to say something that kind of rubs you the wrong way once in a while. But are you going to just look the other way and say, well, okay, you're having a bad day, we'll let it slide? Or are you going to be mean and bash them? And it doesn't have to be on the internet. It can be in your work life. It can be in your home life. It can be your neighbors. It can be anything. Because there is life outside of the internet. I hope everybody understands that we don't all live in this little box. But you have to have a little bit of compassion for the people around you. I try to have some compassion for my government because I'm thinking, okay, the majority of these people are working from a power and a greed perspective and not from a compassionate perspective of the people that they're supposed to be representing. They don't have an understanding of what they are supposed to be representing in this nation with the history that this nation entails, with the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. They're looking at it from what can I gain? Who do I need to pat my back? What favors needs to be exchanged in order for me to get further in my career? They're not in there to represent you. They're in there to represent themselves. And therein lies the problem. Everybody is out to represent themselves instead of being helpful. I'm wondering how many people look in the mirror and like what they see. I mean, look deep in that mirror at what you see. I'm not talking physically. I'm talking about what you represent. What do you represent to your home? What do you represent to your community? What do you represent to your country? And if you don't like what you're seeing, then maybe you need to make the adaptations to that. Change things around a little bit. But like I say, ain't nobody perfect. And I'm not asking anybody to be perfect. I'm just asking people to have a little bit of understanding, a little bit of respect, and a little bit of care for everything around you. So with that, Pat, I think we pretty much run the gambit and covered the whole thing here. Maybe we need to talk about the news for a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been going through the news, and I don't know. It's pretty discouraging on so much. Crap that's going on in the world. I mean, you had another terror attack Istanbul, if I said it right. 41 were killed. I seen a video, but I'm not going to show it because I don't know if any young people are watching or not, where the cop shot the guy, and you can see the cop going over and looking, and when he realized that he had a suicide belt on, the cop went running, and the guy detonated it. So I don't know. You know, it's happening over there, and you get on and you listen to the mainstream media, and you hear, well, LaGuardia, JFK, Newark, all these airports in New York, New Jersey are on high alert security. You know, what are you going to have to do now before you go into an airport? Strip outside, then go in and get body scanned again? I mean,
Cavity searches at the airport, free colonoscopies.
who knows what's going to happen, you know? I mean, oh, they tightened up restrictions. They're scaring the shit out of people. You know, I don't know. We're living in a world of madness anymore. I swear we are. And it's bad. It's bad. But I could see it now. You watch after 9/11, you had TSA put in place. Then after another terrorist attack at an airport over there, they went into these scanners, then the X-rays. What's next? Like I said, they're going to make you strip out in front of the airport before you go inside. You know, I don't know. We're not getting the whole story, and I really don't want to focus on it. There's just so much other crap that's going on, you know. Unbelievable. I just seen too, and I'm trying to find it, where the United States is sending millions of dollars to Iraq to give them more fighting equipment, jeeps and armor and all that other crap. That didn't work out too well for us the first time, because didn't ISIS and them take all that crap from them people?
I don't know, Pat.
You know, who knows? You know, looking at the news every morning is pretty heartening to see what is transpiring. You know, you have in Texas, I don't know if anybody caught that, where two freight trains collided. 3 missing people, are an engineer and a conductor, I think, and another person are still missing. So, you know, and then I see here, I got to get off topic on this one. I have to. Okay.
All right.
That Judicial Watch group, or whatever the hell they call themselves, is now wanting to press charges against the Democrats for that sit-in. But yet you're not gonna push for charges against Hillary.
Well, I think they should do both.
Oh, I think they should do both too. You know, but I just think it's funny that, and I've heard other people say this, and I even heard Mike say this on his show. I think it was yesterday or the day before, when all this transpired. That is a federal building, correct? You stopped federal workers from executing their duties under oath for this country to complete their task in hand. We had a group of individuals go to a bird sanctuary, and they're sitting in prison. Double jeopardy, or double standard, I should say.
Yeah, double standard. I'd give them a choice. You either lock up those people from the federal building, that staged that demonstration, or you turn the political prisoners loose and drop all the charges. You got a choice.
You know what? I got a question. Okay. I may do this later tonight, go hunting to see if I can find an answer. Okay. Can we as American citizens, and I'm not talking this common law stuff because I'm not on board with half of it anyway. Can we American citizens file charges for treason against our government in federal court?
I wouldn't know why not, but it's going to take money to do that.
I've always thought about that, you know, because they sure as hell can bring charges against us and have false accusations against us. But there's nothing false about this. I mean,
you'd have to have a lawyer that would be willing to take the case, and you'd have to have money enough to pay for the representation. See, I think that's what slows everybody down on all this stuff, is that most of us are broke, and then you run up against trying to find a lawyer that would take the case. Unless you got deep pockets, there you sit.
I'm just asking. I don't know. I mean, you know, I sit at night and you guys may think it's weird, but I'll sit in bed and I'll think, okay, what if we the people can do this? Because they're allowed to do this against us. Why can't we do it back to them? You know,
I mean, we have, Mike typed in, we have the right to overthrow our government and prosecute them. Yes, we have the right, but do we have the means? That's my point.
You can't get, you don't have enough fingers on your hands to count how many people would stand up and stand with any of us, even with me, on fighting any of this. As soon as the heat started getting turned up, they'd all run. Nope, we don't. Nope, 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 nope. You know, you can't get a handful of people to agree on anything anymore. You know, it's. I don't know. There's, you know, like I said the other day, and I'm admitting this right on air. You guys can take it to the bank. You can make videos about me. I don't give a crap right now. I, for the longest time, believed, nah, they're not going to do this crap to us. They can't. We're not. We, the people, ain't that stupid to fall for this. But you know what? Over the past 2 years, I started going, these son of a bitches are actually trying to do this. When I thought, nah, they can't be. Nah. You know, nah, maybe. You know, but then you start looking into stuff further and you start finding stuff. And it's like, holy crap, they're actually trying to do this shit. So, you know, yeah, I'm still learning a lot more that's going on, and learning, you know, digging and looking. Wow. I have to sit. Some days I'm just speechless going, I can't believe this is happening to us. And we're all sitting on our hands, plugged our ears, and got the blindfolders on. It's like, man, I was one of you before. Now it's time for you to open up your eyes and see what the hell's going on. We're getting kicked to the curb. Holy crap, are we getting kicked to the curb? We're getting gut punched day in and day out, and by our own government. It's wow. You know, I'm not against the government. I'm against the bullshit, corrupt dealings that they're doing. They're selling us out. They're selling us down the road. Look at here. Somebody told me to look at this, okay? And I wish I could have copied it, and I'll do it. I'll work on copying it. Look at how many foreign governments and what the percentage is of what they own in this country, it will blow your mind. Just look it up. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind to know China, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, U.S. Emirates, Japan. Look at the percentage of properties that they own in this country. Hell, we don't have anything made in America anymore. It's all made over in China, Mexico,
Taiwan.
Taiwan. What the hell do we make in this country anymore? It's gone.
And down they're taking the farmland away from us too, so we can't even farm.
Yeah, you got, was it Saudi Arabia over here farming and using up our water sources and taking it back to their country, and we're allowing it. Holy crap, people. Man, I'm telling you. We better wake up. We better wake up, and it better be in a hurry. You know, we ain't got much time left. You know? And also, and this ain't fear porn, fear mongering, conspiracy, whatever the hell you want to call it. What is it? Next week, this Ramadan ends.
Yep, the 5th.
Pay attention. Just pay attention when you're out on your barbecues, you're at the beach, you're camping, wherever. Pay attention to your surroundings and be vigilant.
4th of July weekend, you know, Independence Day weekend, it's going to be a long one. And lots of crowds gathered in lots of places.
So, you know, I know today is we're discussing off the wall topics. We're just relaxing and having a conversation with coffee and our thoughts on what's going on. And you have that terror attack over there. You're constantly hearing about this Braxton vote that went down. Yeah, there's a reason. Those people finally stood up and said, we don't want no more of you elite morons. We want to take our country back. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. But people are all up in arms about it. That's their business. Stay out of it.
Well, I think the reason that some people, probably not all of them, but some people are kind of excited about this is because Britain going out of it is just the tip of the iceberg. Since they're getting out of it, now a bunch of the other countries want to get out of it. And as a result, it's going to have repercussions on the economies over there. And then when it has repercussions on their economy, it's going to have repercussions on our economy. It's already having some sway in what's happening with our economy just in the last few days with the stocks and price of gold and silver and all that sort of thing. You know, it's no longer what goes on in one country doesn't affect anybody else. You know, what goes on in one country now affects the world, and it has to do with this one world government stuff. New World Order.
I don't know. You know, the other big news, I guess, that came across was that that Harney County, out where Link is at, they rejected efforts to oust that Judge Grassley. So I guess he stays in and runs that county. runs it with a whip to keep all those people in line, I guess. I don't know.
I cannot imagine. I mean, I can understand it because most of the people are on the government payroll out there, but I cannot imagine if you're in a voting booth and nobody knows how you're voting. You know, it's up to you to pull the lever however you want to pull it, or poke the button, you know, whatever kind of voting machine you're on. I just can't imagine the mentality of people wanting to keep him in there, as corrupt as that county is. I mean, even if you're on the government payroll, get him out of there. It doesn't mean your job's going to end just because you get rid of him. But oh, the mentality just it blows my mind. And the only advice I could give is anybody in that county that understands how corrupt that system is out there, you need to be thinking about moving. And try to find you a community someplace that is not as corrupt. I'm not saying that, you know, any place is a bed of roses, but try to find you a community that is not as corrupt and maybe has some values that go along with what you believe in. And just, I mean, if they're going to do that, leave him in there, I guess just let them have it. Because how are you going to fight if you can't get anybody in office that actually represents what you believe in?
Who knows? You know, I hate talking about the news every day because it's so damn depressing. But shit, are people that dumb not to see what is coming? I don't know.
I don't know whether there's some people that aren't paying any attention to it. I mean, you're always going to have that, you know, that section of the population that they just don't pay any attention to it. They don't care. They don't know anything about history. You know, the man on the street stops them and asks him who was the first president of the United States, and they don't know. They don't even know what the capital of the nation is. You know, you're going to have people like that. I think there's also a section of the population that feels like they're helpless. You know, they can't do anything, change it, just one person. And people are elected into office to represent us, and we have to go along with whatever it is they say. And then I think you have a section of the population that we represent that say, hey, we don't like what's going on. We don't accept what's going on. We think that this needs to be changed. And we're not real sure exactly how we're going to accomplish it, but we're all for changing this situation around to where it represents our values. Does that make sense?
Kinda. Real quick, before I don't mean to get off topic, but I don't know, all of you out there, if you own a Toyota, it's not saying what make or model, a huge recall once again today on Toyota recalling 3.4 million cars globally off of an airbag failure. So if you guys own Toyota, oh, here it is, on its Prius hybrids and the Corolla compacts are being recalled. So if you have them, or a Lexus CT compact, look in your mail for a recall or take it to the dealership before something bad happens. That's just coming. I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, and they might call their dealership and find out, you know, if their car's on the list. That might help them a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, there's recalls on vehicles. You have to watch that. Whenever you buy a vehicle, you always want to go online and check and see if there's any recalls on it, or, you know, ask them because they'll know.
Yep. So, if any of you own a Toyota, call your dealership and see if it's on that recall list. So that was one of the things. the Braxton vote, which it is what it is. Today, pay attention to Boston. They're expecting problems in Boston today with Trump doing a fundraiser there. Protesters expected at a Trump rally. Boston police bracing for the worst. Some people may get stupid out there, so might want to pay attention to that. California to vote on legalizing recreational marijuana. Let's see. Yep, voters will decide in November whether to legalize marijuana for recreational use. Supporters have raised $3.5 million. So this can be put on the ballot. So they want to do the same thing Colorado did. So that's on the table. I'm just going through some story headlines, guys. If you want to go check them out, you can. There's one on there, young girl is on the FBI's most wanted list. She killed an expecting mother, and they're still looking for her. So, but she's the youngest individual to be put on the FBI's most wanted. I never knew that. That's something new. Do you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Let me see if I can show you the picture of her. Oh, actually, yeah, she's from Milwaukee. Added to the 10 most wanted. Let me see if we can bring it over here so you guys can see it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this.
Yeah, it's up.
I guess there's nothing really that knows why she killed. But yeah, she's the youngest to be put on the most wanted. Let me see. Watch it show. Watch it. Give me a damn advertisement. You watch. Watch it. Give me a damn advertisement. Nope. Here it is.
With 10 most wanted list. Shanika Minor is a 24-year-old woman from Milwaukee. She's accused of shooting and killing a pregnant woman who was within a week of giving birth. The unborn child also died.
Minor is being sought for her alleged involvement in first-degree intentional homicide. First-degree intentional homicide of an unborn child and unlawful flight to avoid prosecution.
Authorities say the shooting came after a confrontation over loud music last March.
Minor allegedly reached over her mother's shoulder and fired a round from her firearm towards the woman, striking her in the chest.
No, she was not one of those people where you saw this coming. So we don't know how to explain the sudden progression.
A reward of up to $100,000 is being offered in the case. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
So there you go. Shut up. There you go. It's off.
Kill somebody over loud music. Wow.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I think people are running around like they've lost their minds.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Something in Mike's neighborhood, one Detroit largest charter school to be closed for lack of funds. What else is new? Yeah, I don't know. just crazy, just crazy. Let me see if I can pop this up. I know, guys, I'm boring the hell out of you. There you go. That is what happened in Texas with the train. That's pretty nasty looking, if you
Yeah,
ask
it is.
me.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Blow it up. Is that better? Everybody can see it. Cruise work.
There. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys can read it. There it is. You know, they're still missing 3 people from what I understand. And of course, I'm going to get out of here because all these damn advertisements are going to start showing up.
You got to be
Son
quick,
of a
Matt. You
bitch.
got to be quick.
Damn it, biscuit eater.
Oh, my.
So there's just so much going on, guys. We need to come back to reality on a lot of this stuff because it's bad. Let's see if Brenda, I'm gonna see if I can share this one. This is the one that really people have to pay attention to on this. Let's see if I can, is it just the right one, and I'll blow it up. Let me know if you can see that. It's on the Prepare for Ezekiel.
You
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it is. Zika virus.
Yeah. I know there's a couple. Well, now let's see. Texas officials have reported 48 people infected. Especially with young kids. Be very careful outside with mosquitoes. I don't know where you live and what the climate is over where you guys live, but be careful. I mean, this thing should scare the hell out of you. I know
there is no known cure for this. No known cure for Zika virus. So, you know, if you happen to contract that from mosquito bite, your chances aren't going to be real promising.
And I don't know if any of them repellents that you can buy in the stores that they say prevents you from contracting it or getting bit by mosquitoes. I don't know if that stuff actually works or not. But be very careful, especially with young kids out there. It's bad. I'm trying to find anything in the health portion. I don't know about you, Brenda, but I try to pay attention to some of the stuff that is being. Hold on. Let's see if I can back that up. Stop it. Hey, I've gotten better. I think I'm getting proud of myself because I've gotten better with this crap.
I love the way you talk to it, though. I mean, like you're really making a difference by telling it what you want it to do.
You're funny. Here you go.
Seems to only be outpaced by the speed in which the scientific community is working to create a vaccine. And scientists seem like they're close to developing some protection from the virus, with multiple vaccines in the works. One vaccine recently received its first approval from the Food and Drug Administration to start testing on humans. The company says it's going to be testing 40 people in a few weeks, and if that's safe, we'll move on to a larger trial. And a new report from Harvard Medical School shows researchers were able to create a vaccine that kept mice completely protected from the Zika virus. Now, mice and humans are obviously different, and one of the co-authors concedes that fact, but says the findings raise optimism that a vaccine for humans may not be too far off. If it feels like it hasn't taken long for these vaccines to start churning out, you'd be right. It's all thanks to a newish technique called DNA vaccines. Unlike other vaccines that contain a whole virus, DNA vaccines only carry a small piece of the virus's genetic code. This hopeful news also comes as Senate Democrats blocked a spending bill that would have helped fight Zika. Democrats said the GOP hijacked the bill by adding provisions cutting financing for Obamacare and restricting how Planned Parenthood could provide contraceptive services in the fight against Zika. Either way, these two vaccines join at least one other from the National Institutes of Health that could be ready for approval in the next couple of years. For Newsy, I'm Eugene Daniels.
So there's just, and I have
No reports of locally.
this one is out of Texas. I wanted to see if there was go ahead, Brenda. I'm just trying to find something that I was looking for.
Well, see, I have this problem with that Zika virus thing because, as far as I'm concerned, I believe now I don't know, I don't have any proof on it, but back when they first came out with it, there were some articles, and if I went and dug around, I could probably find them. You researchers out there probably know even more about this than I do. But I think that this Zika virus is a man-made thing, and I think that it is an engineered deal, and I think that it is another bioweapon, if you will. And I think that the United States is behind this. And I think that they're turning these skeeters loose on us to experiment on us with this Zika virus. And now they're funding for a cure for it. Yeah, right. I'm not going to believe that. That money's going in somebody's pocket. It might be going in pharma's pocket for all I know, but I think there's probably very little of it that's being spent on an actual cure for Zika because they're wanting to find a way to wipe out as much of the population as they can wipe out worldwide. And it's hard telling what all else they're manufacturing, but I just have a real problem with the government being involved in such things as that. Seems to me that there's far better things that they could be concentrating on, like perhaps world peace might be an option.
Mm-hmm. I got one more to share with everybody, and
Rethinking your 4th of July plans, a local infectious disease specialist says don't.
To convince you, he is putting the risk into perspective. As KXAN's Lauren Landman found out, it's extremely low. As Texas continues to heat up, more people are making their way outdoors. But the Zika virus making headlines across the nation has many concerned.
What if it doesn't go away and we're the next generation?
Both Hannah and Sydney say they learned all about it in their high school biology class through newspaper articles.
She brought Zika one day and she would keep bringing papers and we're like, this isn't a big deal. And then it kept getting bigger and bigger. And we're like, this is a big deal.
That's just a unique characteristic.
Rodney Rohde, an infectious disease specialist, says it's serious, but likely not something you will ever experience.
In all practical purposes, you could walk out the door and you have a greater chance of having an accident on I-35. You have a much greater chance of getting the flu virus this year.
So far, the virus hasn't been found in mosquitoes here in the United States, but that doesn't mean...
now that's a lie, because didn't they just report on that? Now, I got a problem with that. Did they not last week say that there was cases here in the United States with children?
That's what I thought they said.
Or are they trying to calm fears down?
Yeah. It's all propaganda. It's all manipulated.
I don't know. That when she said that kind of just threw me for a loop. Like, wait a minute. They just had it in there last week that there was 2 cases or 3 cases, I can't remember which ones, that were down in Texas with infants. either way, people, it's your discretion. My opinion is be very careful, because I don't believe what this woman just said, that there's no cases here. They've already said there was. Just be very careful when you're outside, and especially with young children.
Zika isn't the only thing that mosquitoes will carry. You know, they carry different diseases. And malaria is one of them. Whether there's been much of that show up in the United States or not, I don't know. I haven't done any research on that. But, you know, you don't want to get any kind of a bug bite if you can avoid it. You don't know what you'll be contracting from them. And ticks is another one. You want to make sure you stay, if you're out camping or hiking, you want to make sure you don't get any bites from any ticks. And depending upon what part of the country you're in, chiggers can cause a lot of problems too. Here in the Midwest, you know, as a kid, I picking berries and stuff, you get ate up with chiggers all the time, and it's uncomfortable. It didn't really cause a whole lot of issues, except it was just an uncomfortable thing until you got the chiggers dried up. And other parts of the country, it's a bigger issue. They can make you extremely ill. So you want to be careful with any kind of bugs. But yeah, as far as the media reporting on Zika virus, I trust them about as far as I could throw them.
Uh-huh. So, well, another Wednesday, another show.
Week's half over.
Week's half over. I do want to apologize if I got off track today, guys. I still want everybody to take a moment today and reflect on when you were a kid, on how proud we were to be Americans, how proud we were of our fellow man, and because I'm going to reflect on it. It's just we just need to find our way back. Somehow, some way, we need to find our way back. I do want to thank Mike for joining us. He's a true friend, and I'll always be there for him. Jay Grady, Alex Miller, who else am I missing? Link, I seen you in there. Danielle, Christian, Kim. I love you guys. I thank you so much for supporting me and Brenda. And I hope and pray that you all have a good Wednesday, and be safe in your travels, and just be aware of your surroundings with all this craziness that is going on in our country today. And I respect each and every one of you guys in the chat room, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And if I offended anybody in any shape, form, or way, I apologize. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being just like everybody else is. So have a great Wednesday, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow. And the person on the other side of the desk that keeps pushing me back under the desk is going to be here, and she's probably going to put both feet on me tomorrow, so I stay under the desk. So, Brenda?
My turn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I see BRT in the room, you know, and anybody else that we happen to miss, you know, we're not perfect. We might have missed somebody else in there, but yeah, thank you guys for all coming in the room and making it special today. I have a challenge for everybody. Everybody. Well, it doesn't have to be people just in the chat room. Anybody that listens to this broadcast, I want you to go out today in the next 24 hours and do one nice thing for somebody, just out of the goodness of your heart. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be out. If you see somebody on the internet someplace, you know, do something nice for them. Pay somebody a compliment. Or if you see somebody in need, see if you can't help them. Do one nice thing. That's where it starts. And with that, I'll just have Pat cut out the lights.
Bye, y'all.